Welcome back to PERK'S reCAP podcast. With me once again is Al. Al, it's time to go over week 4 in the NFL. We are already a quarter of the season done.
Isn't that crazy, man? It goes so fast. I mean, it's like we just did the preview episode the other day, it feels like, and here we are. I love it.
Yeah, it is crazy how fast it goes. It's insane. I'm ready to just jump right in because this was another crazy week.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, there's lots to talk about. So, yeah, I'm with you. Let's dive on in.
All right. Well, first things first here. On Thursday, Seattle took care of business against Arizona on the road, 23-20. Seattle is starting to shape it up, to me, in my eyes anyway, as a little better than I thought possibly. They played really well in this game. They got a road win against a division opponent, and that was impressive to me. They're impressing me a little bit more than I thought they would.
I'm with you 100%. I was hesitant. I wasn't totally disbelieving in Sam Darnold, but I was hesitant to believe because he played with one of the best quarterback whisperers in the league in Minnesota last year, and I wanted to see if he could do it somewhere else. Well, he's showing us that he can do it somewhere else, and the rest of the team is playing well. They had this game on lockdown, and then they had a little bit of a fourth quarter collapse that led to some excitement. But they let Arizona score 14 points in the fourth quarter, but they were up big in this game. So they should have won this game even easier. It ended up being a scary time, but they were up 20-6 with 9 minutes left.
Yeah, exactly. So they had this, like you said, they had this game set early on, and then Arizona, had a comeback charge that just didn't have enough time to complete. We all got this one right. We all had Seattle. And like I said, Seattle just now I have a different perspective now on them.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. They're a real team. I don't know that they're like a Super Bowl contender, but they are a playoff contender for sure.
Yeah, they're 3-1. So
yep, absolutely.
Okay. On to the the international games that I know you love.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh over Minnesota. Like you said before, we just cannot make heads or tails out of Pittsburgh. It's totally impossible. Of course they won because I picked them to lose. You picked them to lose, but the only one who got it right was Joe, picking them to win. I don't know what to think of this team, and that's going to be true for a few teams right here, but I don't know what to think of Pittsburgh at all.
Yeah, they're 3-1, and I don't believe in them even a little bit. So I don't know what to make of them. Aaron Rodgers played out freaking standing. He was awful the week before. Played 18-22 for 200 yards and a touchdown. You can't be much more efficient than that without throwing for more yards. But geez, I mean, I'm blanking on they have a rotation of running backs, but the guy that's been there for a few years was out this week.
Kenneth Gainwell had 99 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Listen, Kenny G I'm a big fan of Kenny G. He was in Philly for the last, his first 3 or 4 years in the league, and he was a very good number 2 running back. When called upon, he had some decent starts. But Jaylen Warren is the guy that I was thinking of. I saw nothing about him missing this game, and then he was out on the day of the game.
Yep.
And Kenny G might have just grabbed this starting job if they're going to be fair about it. We'll see. I don't know. I mean, Jaylen Warren's a hometown guy, and he got some money in the offseason. But, man, what a game he had. And I love it because I'm a fan. He was, he helped my team win a Super Bowl. So I will be a Kenny G fan for life. He plays a sweet alto saxophone, too. So I love him. And big game, 19 for 99 yards and 2 touchdowns, 6 catches for 35 yards. What a game.
Yeah, unbelievable. And then Metcalf caught for 126 and a touch. Jefferson on the other side caught for 126 as well, the exact same yardage, but he had 10 catches. And Addison had over 100 yards. Carson Wentz threw for 350 yards.
Yes, but he also Carson Wentz and threw for 2 picks.
Yeah, he did 2 touchdowns and 2 picks. And also, he was 30 for 46. Once again, 46, too much passing.
Yeah, and that was because they were playing from behind, They were down 21-6 with 2 minutes left in the third quarter. So it was game script. He had to.
Yep. But
Yeah, I mean, Minnesota, by the way, had 372 total yards.
Yeah, because he got sacked 6 times.
Yeah, that's, I mean, 2 picks, 3 sacks. Very few teams are going to win a game when they have those stats.
No, 6 sacks.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say? I was looking at their punts. Yeah. Yeah. 2 picks, 6 sacks. You're never going to win that way. I mean, very rarely.
Right.
Yeah. And what are the freaking, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what Minnesota is either, by the way. I don't have a clue what Minnesota is.
No, because now they're 2-2, and I thought they were looking good, and I thought this was going to be a win for them. We both picked them to win. I don't know. I don't know, because now Pittsburgh, we could change our view on Pittsburgh and start thinking that they're better than we thought, and start picking them, and then they can go in the crapper again because they are the most unpredictable team week to week.
You know how I feel, and I'm with you 100%. Every time I think I know what's up with them, I'm wrong. I should have, I thought they were going to lose this game, so I should have picked them to win. And it's just hard I'm so confused about the Steelers, it's hard to figure out what I think. So I can't go against myself, and I don't even know what I think.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, but the Steelers, by the way, now have a commanding lead in the AFC North.
Yes, they do.
It's early, but it's strong. So I can't believe it, man. Who knows? Who the heck knows?
All right, well, let's dive in here. The New York friggin' Giants.
What in the world?
They won 21-18. Jackson Dart, the era has begun, and it begins with an improbable win against an undefeated team coming in. And I tell you what, Cam Scatteraboo is for real.
Yeah.
He's going to be the guy. He only had 79 yards on 25 carries, but he's going to be the guy. The 25 carries tells you all you need to know.
Oh, yeah, he's clearly the guy now. There's no doubt about it. He's also good out of the backfield. I mean, this guy, and he's a really good blocker, too. Like, the guy can do it all.
Yeah, he's kind of built like a tank.
He is. He is a tank. Yeah. Long-term concern for him is that he plays such a tough, rugged game that he might get banged up. But so what? He's awesome right now, so let's just enjoy it.
Yeah, he's probably going to flame out in 5 or 6 years tops.
He's got Peyton Hillis written all over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's not just because they're both white. They have similar styles of play, bangers. You know what I mean? And Peyton Hillis was really fun for about 3 or 4 years. He was awesome for 3 or 4 years. Hopefully Cam gets even longer run, and hopefully he leaves New York after his first contract so I can actually enjoy it.
Right.
And the Jackson Dart era, man, listen, his passing stats are not that impressive. 13 of 20 for 111 and a touch, but no turnovers, so that's great. But his rushing yardage.
Yeah, he ran one in.
10 for 54 and a touchdown. It looks very Jalen Hurts-esque, actually.
Yes. But, of course, we got to mention
big news.
These friggin' injuries are killing the league, man. Another season ender for Malik Neighbors.
Man.
You hate to see it because, especially now with, Jackson Dart coming in, he's going to need more, some reliable receivers. And now they've got nobody.
They've got Wandale and nothing. It's a shame. I can't stand the Giants. I don't know if I like them or the Cowboys less, but it's close. And I still don't want to see this. I never root for injuries, especially, this guy's one of the best players in the league. He established himself so well, so early. And he's been banged up since almost day one in this league. And I mentioned it earlier this year about his injury stuff, but I didn't expect anything like this. I thought he was just going to be questionable every week the whole season. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a shame. I feel terrible for the Giant fans and for Malik Neighbors and for football. It stinks.
It does stink for sure. On the other side, Omarion Hampton ran for 128 yards and a touch.
Coming out party for Omarion.
Yep. And Herbert threw 41 times and was only 23 for 41. Not a great percentage, completion percentage. 203, a touch, and 2 picks. That really was the story of the game there for them. And Quentin Johnson continues to rise, 98 yards and a touchdown on 8 catches. He's definitely a rising star in the league.
No doubt about it, my man.
There was 22 penalties in this game, and the Chargers got hit with 14 of them for 107.
Yeah, recipe for disaster right there.
Right there.
We talked about the reason I didn't pick the Chargers to win the division, it was given how tough it looked coming in between them, the Broncos, and the Chiefs, is because they lost their best tackle, Rashawn Slater, in the preseason for the year. And it finally came back to bite them. He didn't get sacked a ton. I think it was only 2 or 3 times, but he was pressured. I believe I saw the stat was 12 times, and he was under the gun all day. It led to 2 picks, which is not Herbert like this year. And they forced him into a tough game, into a bad game for him. And they lost a game, by the way, where it's not all roses for the Giants in this win moving forward, because their offensive line still stinks. Dart got sacked 6 times, 4 times by Tui Tua Piloto.
Yeah, yep.
So this was a game where both offensive lines were terrible. And give credit to the Giants, man. They're a better team than I thought. If they can beat the Chargers, I don't care how you analyze it. If they could beat the Chargers on any week, they're a better team than I thought.
Yep, and for the Chargers, they also lost Joe Alt.
Oh, I didn't catch that. They lost Alt?
Joe Alt is, let's see, he has a high ankle sprain and is going to expected to be out several weeks.
Oh, they are in trouble, dude.
Yeah.
That's their 2 best offensive linemen.
Yep.
That are, one's out for the year and one's out for several weeks. That is huge. I didn't catch that. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, that's bad.
Whew. I'm frantically looking at my week 5 picks to see how that changes it. Oh man.
Next week.
Wow. That's wow. Okay. Yeah, that's big news, man. Big news.
Yep. All right. On to Houston against Tennessee. Again, I don't know what to think of Houston. Another team I don't know what I'm doing with. Houston wins 26-0. We all picked Houston to win this game, but 26-0. I mean, total domination, but I can't see them dominating anybody of any good. I know Tennessee's not any good, but I still wasn't expecting this.
I mean, I had it 20-9, so I thought they would destroy them, but not quite like this. But I will say it doesn't change my opinion of them much. It really doesn't, because the Titans look like they are now in competition. To me, it's between the Titans and the Saints for the worst team in football.
Right.
I mean, Cam Ward was awful. Now, the Texans do have a very good defense, but Cam Ward was 10 for 26 for 108 yards and a pick. I mean, it does not get much worse than that. That is brutally bad.
Yeah, they've got Tony Pollard, and that's about it. I mean, they've got some names on for receivers, but nobody's doing anything. Calvin Ridley had 30 yards. Pollard had 64 yards rushing on 14 carries. He's been fine actually this year, but he's been
very good given how bad the team is.
Yeah, he's pretty much all they've got.
I completely agree. This team is awful. You're just hoping, if you're a Titan fan, you're just hoping you see some growth from Cam Ward as the season progresses, because he has been terrible so far.
Yep. Real quick, I wanted to mention, me and you had had Minnesota beating Pittsburgh, and Joe got it right. And then all 3 of us got the Chargers-Giants game wrong. And
there's no surprise there.
Yeah, and all 3 of us got this Houston game correct.
And no surprise there.
So, I mean, moving forward, we'll see about Houston, obviously. They've got a very interesting game next week against Baltimore.
Yeah.
And especially with on the injury front. I don't know. We'll get to that in the preview podcast. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know about Houston either. I don't think they're very good still, but I could be wrong. Maybe they are better than it. I don't know. Maybe they're rounding into form.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of this either, my man. It could be that. It could be that they just took advantage of one of the worst teams in football. I don't know what to make of it.
All right, where's this game? Okay, next up, Atlanta over Washington, 34-27. Good Lord, Jaden Daniels needs to come back. Atlanta had this game. I tell you what, I thought this game was wrapped up a bunch of different times, and then it kept changing basically.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. No, this. It looked like it was going to be an absolute just destruction for the Falcons over the Commanders at one point,
Yep.
but the Commanders kept hanging in there.
Yeah, they did. They kept coming back. So good on Mariota. He only had 156 yards and 2 touchdowns. He threw a pick, but Penix had 313 yards. Good for him. 20 for 26 too. 2 touchdowns, but also in a pick. But they contained Bijan pretty well, 75 yards. Aljair had 51 yards. So they had 37 rushes for 128 yards, but that's not going to kill you. But Drake London, and this is where Bijan killed them. Bijan with 4 catches, 106 yards. Kind of like the McCaffrey formula. If he doesn't get you on the ground, he's going to get you through the air.
Yeah, man. Nah, he's a beast. He's the best. He looks like the best running back in football right now. And he it's been coming, and here it is. And he's something else, man. And I'll tell you, the other storyline that I've been tracking, and I'm going to keep doing it all year, is the Falcons pass rush. Now they won this game, 2 sacks. Not horrific, not great. So nothing really to write home about there, but nothing. I don't know. They're a hard team to read. I can't figure them out. They seem like a good team, and Penix. Maybe this is an establishment game for Penix as a real NFL quarterback, because he looked awful the week before. So. And a lot of other weeks this season. So I don't know, man. This was a really interesting game. What this tells me is that the Commanders are a decent team, because if they can hang that well on the road against a team with everything working for them, with their backup quarterback, they're at least a decent team.
Yep. Let's see here. Nothing going on with the penalties or anything. So that's cool. I just want to check the time of possession if that was. Oh yeah, Atlanta had a 34-25 time of possession advantage.
That makes sense because they had a ton of rushing attempts. I mean, I can't figure why what's his face Algier would get 16 carries to Bijan 17. I mean, he's a nice number 2 running back, but he's not Bijan. So I would want that to be 22-10, or something like that. But given that he only ran for 3.2 yards to 4.4 for Bijan, it makes sense. But all that being said, it added up to some great time of possession and helped them win the game. So, yeah. If the Falcons can play, I mean, they have been so up and down this year, man. They are incredibly difficult to figure out.
Yep.
This is a team, by the way. Sorry, Craig. Sorry.
Yeah,
this is the team that lost 30-0 to the Panthers.
Right. So there's another team that's hard to figure out. What are the Falcons?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I do not know. So yeah, we're gonna just have to keep our eyes on this moving forward, because I don't have a clue yet.
Yep. Me and Joe actually picked that one correctly, and you got that one wrong.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's go. Let's move on to the next one here. This one was a lot closer, a lot longer than I would have expected. Buffalo ends up handling the Saints 31-19, and you think, okay, that could have been, Buffalo right all the way through. But I mean, the Saints were driving in the third quarter, and if they had scored a touchdown on that drive, they would have taken the lead.
Yeah, they were up. They were down 19-21 with 8 minutes left.
Yeah, that's
crazy. Man. It is. I don't know what to make of them. Like, how did they even do that with Rattler going 18 for 27 for 126 yards? I'm really not sure.
Yeah, the Olave interception really killed them.
Yeah, see, I didn't see much of this game, so I'll let you talk about this one more
Well,
because
I mean, they're driving down, and they're very competitive in this game, and they're at like, I don't know, inside the 20, maybe even inside the 10 in that range anyway. And they do a little pitch or an end around to Olave, and he throws the ball.
when you said that, because I see it in the stats as you were talking. I thought you meant Rattler was throwing to Olave, but I was like, I don't see a pick in his stats. It was Olave that threw the pick. Oh, a trick play caught him in a game like that. Oh, that's
Yeah.
disappointing.
I mean, it was a great play by the Buffalo defender. He jumped up and got it with like one hand, which was cool to see. It was a nice pick, but that I mean that they only lost by what did they lose by 11?
What is that?
12.
12.
I mean they were going down to score a touchdown right there, and trick play killed them.
Man, that is wild, dude. Yeah, that's the kind where you're like, you can't, you pull it off and you look like a hero. You don't, and it's like, oh, what are you doing?
Yep. And then nothing really crazy. I mean, Kamara had 70 yards. Nothing crazy in the stats for receivers. I mean, a lot of people caught. I mean, nice distribution. 1, 2, 3, 4 people had at least 3 catches. No, 5 people had at least 3 catches. So they distributed the ball nicely. On the other side, Josh Allen, 16 and 22, 209, 2 touchdowns and a pick. But then he got another 45 yards on the ground and another touchdown. And James Cook rapidly becoming a top 5 running back in the league if he's not there already. 22 rushes, 117 yards and a touch. And actually for fantasy, I think he right now is the number 1 running back in the league.
He can't be over Bijan, can he?
No, I think he is.
Wow.
Yeah. Let's see here. Shakir had 69 yards and a touch. Kincaid had a touch. Cook had added 3 more catches and 18 yards. So there you go. Buffalo looked a little, like we said, weirdly, this game was closer than I thought. I think New Orleans is a bad team, but if you take them too lightly, they'll make it competitive and give you a scare, but they're still going to lose.
Yeah. They have hung in some games so far that were surprising. So they're a little better than I thought, but they're still really bad.
Yep.
I think the Titans are the worst team in football.
Yeah, I think if they played in a neutral field, the Saints would probably beat them.
And you are right. It is James Cook, man. He is, and Jonathan Taylor is number 2. I forgot about Taylor, and then Bijan.
Yep. Yeah. James Cook is having a season. I don't think he's had less than 100 yards in any game.
Yeah, he's tearing it up, man, and he looks awesome doing it too. Like he's had some runs that it's not just like gaping holes that he's taking advantage of, like you should if you're a good running back, but he's doing some like jukebox or joystick stuff. You know what I mean? He looks awesome.
Yeah, we all got that one right. There were 15 penalties in that game. Buffalo did have 11 called on them, so that could have contributed as well.
Yeah.
I mean, four penalties to 11. That's gonna put you behind the 8 ball.
No doubt.
But Buffalo is 4-0, so they are. Not that there was any question, but they obviously are for real.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Absolutely. And Josh Allen that didn't have the biggest game of his career, but he did. He is still stomping towards another MVP possibility.
Did you see the run? The run he had up the middle for the touchdown.
Oh my God, yes.
Oh my God, that was insane.
Absolutely.
He's unbelievable to watch.
He's a beast, man. I mean, he is something else. He really is. He is so fun to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. All right.
We can't get enough of him.
Let's see here. Let's go with your game. Eagles 31, Bucks 25. They finally slay the demon here. Me and Joe were wrong. You were right picking the birds. So go ahead and talk about your birds.
Well, I loved it. It was, I think they hired that little tiny woman from Poltergeist. They brought her in, and instead of saving Carol Ann, she saved the Eagles. And listen, this should have been a complete and utter domination. The Eagles were up 24-6 at halftime, and it was only 6 because the Buccaneers field goal kicker kicked a 65-yard field goal as time ran out. Should have been 24-3. So, they blocked another kick. They blocked the first punt of the game and ran it back for a touchdown, which set the tone. Jalen Hurts was absolutely on fire in the first half. Now, you wouldn't know it from his final stats, but his first half was unbelievable. The crazy thing is they are now 4-0. They've played a murderer's row minus the Cowboys, and they still haven't played even close to a complete game.
No, they haven't. Saquon Barkley, what's going on? I mean, I predicted that he wasn't going to come close to last year's numbers, but he's way below even what I thought at this point. He's 4 games in now, and he hasn't done anything really.
Yeah, no, I gotta pull up his stats while we're talking, but
he had 19 carries for 43 yards.
Yeah. It's a combination of things. The run game is this offensive coordinator who I actually wrote down his name in the first half because I told you I wasn't going to learn it until he did something I liked. I wrote down his name in the first half and then I forgot it again by the end of the game. This guy doesn't when they had Kellen Moore, they were I think he's a very good play caller. I don't even think he's one of the top 3 play callers in the league or anything, but he was very good. And they were creative. They kept teams on their toes. You never knew if they were going to pass or run on first down. A lot of Barkley's best runs came on second and third down and not in the obvious position. They are running the ball when you can tell they're going to run the ball. There are 9 guys in the box. They're not giving Hurts an audible option, and they just run it right into a bunch of people. Also, the offensive – I don't know if it's the offensive line isn't playing as well or more of the play calling. I think it's the play calling. Barkley looks good. When he has holes, he did a spin move for a touchdown that was an unbelievable run. But there's just nothing there. I don't care who you put back there. There is nothing there. So I don't know, man. This offensive coordinator is driving me nuts. When he unleashes them and takes the bridle off, they play really well. When he's predictable, the whole team suffers. And the second half was like watching paint dry. It was awful. And so I don't know, man. Go ahead. Sorry.
Hurts did not complete a pass in the second half. He was 0 for 8.
Yeah.
That's pathetic.
Which, by the way, that means he was 15 for 16 for 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. And what happened? So why did they give him only 8 passes in the second half?
It's this. I'm telling you, man. It's his coordinator, and he's a problem.
For 8. That's crazy. And AJ Brown's head's about to explode. I mean, he's tweeting again. Typical diva, NFL diva wide receiver stuff. But yeah, he's losing his shit and yeah, I don't know. It's so weird. They keep winning, so you can't fault them. Obviously, they're doing something right. They're 4-0. They're beating teams that are very good teams. So, you're going to, as an Eagle fan, of course, you're going to be on board for it. But 0 for 8 in the second half, I don't get it. Saquon, I don't get it. A.J. Brown is having one of the worst wide receiver 1 seasons in the whole league. Probably the worst. Is there a worse number 1 wide receiver right now in terms of numbers?
Calvin Ridley.
Yeah, yep. Okay, but we're talking about Tennessee, who's 0-4.
Chris Olave.
I think Olave's probably having a better year than him.
I don't know about that.
But either way, who are we talking? We're talking about guys that are not, on his level where he should be right near the top of the league, and he's not doing anything. Again, 2 catches for 7 yards, and this isn't the first time.
No, it's something. Here's the deal. These guys are. This is a really good team.
Yeah,
they are fighting this new offensive coordinator. This new offensive coordinator is a real issue right now. And they are 4-0. They've played 3 Super Bowl contenders.
Yes.
And so I can't complain too much,
Right.
but they got to get this offense figured out. I was ready to start calling everybody I know that's a Jalen Hurts hater and say, look at this first half. And then, it was 15 for 16 for a buck 30 and 2 touchdowns. By the way.
Good thing you didn't.
Yeah, but for all the Jalen Hurts haters out there, and I know you're one of them,
I will never believe in Jalen Hurts. Never, ever, ever, ever believe in him. And he never has done anything with his arm that is overly impressive to me.
In his last 18 starts, he has 43 touchdowns and 5 turnovers.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
And won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's a winner. There's no doubt about it. But I think a lot of quarterbacks can win on that team. A lot. Over half the quarterbacks in the league would win on that team. This team is absolutely loaded, completely stacked, and they're just, Jalen Hurts, in my eyes, is an average quarterback who's along for the ride, but is in his DNA is absolutely a winner as well. But he's not going to put up numbers at any point in his career. I would be surprised if he ever puts up big time numbers.
Yeah, I think you're crazy.
He's never done it.
He's already put up seasons of 45 and 4,700 yards, total yards. He threw for just under 4,000 yards twice.
I don't know. He's, like I said, I'm not impressed with his arm. I never have been. He's never done much with his arm in my eyes anyway. But he wins, and that's all that really matters. That's all that matters. And he wins, so,
I'll take him over Dak every day because Dak does nothing in the clutch, ever.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't dispute that because Dak doesn't. During the regular season, though, I would take Dak all the time. And I do think if Dak is on,
not a winner,
but like Baker, I would take Baker over Hurts. I think Baker would still win the Super Bowl with this team.
Yep, which he has proved by not winning anything in this league.
Right, but I'm saying if he was on the Eagles, he would win.
There are people that thought Tampa Bay was better than the Eagles.
Oh, I know. I know. I picked them to beat them.
So now you're, like you just said, you thought they were better than them, but Baker lost on a team you thought was better than them. So how does that jive with your Hurts hate?
Baker threw 289 and 2 touchdowns. He threw a pick for sure. I don't know. Just Jalen Hurts just he does too much of this for me. 15 for 24, 130 yards and 2 touchdowns. And then again, to be fair, 62 yards on the ground, so you can't discount that, obviously. But I'm talking about his arm. It's a lot of this. A lot of these kind of games. That just is utterly unimpressive.
In a win over a guy you said you liked better.
And a win. Yes. And I will never take the win away from him. And the fact that he is absolutely a winner. No doubt about that.
Love it. Love it. We're going to have that debate for a long time, and I love it as the Eagles keep winning.
Yeah, they're going to keep winning. I have no doubt. Yep. Okay. Let's, so me and Joe got that one wrong. You got that one right. Let's move on now to another team that I think we're okay with now, but still a little unsure. Detroit dismantles Cleveland 34-10. Are they fully back in your eyes?
Yes, I don't see how we can not. I mean, this is the lowest point total they put up in their last 3 games. 34 points against a team we just talked about having a really good defense last week. Yeah. For at least relative to how crappy their team is overall. So yeah, I see the Detroit Lions as fully back as the class of their division and one of the 2 or 3 best teams in the NFC. Personal.
I agree. They won 3 in a row now. Gibbs, 91 yards and a touch. Jared Goff, only 168, 2 touches and a pick. Amon-Ra, 2 more touches. He's having a great year. My goodness.
So good, man. That guy is so good.
Totally agree. For Cleveland, I love this kid, Judkins. I really love Judkins. 82 yards and a touch. He's absolutely the guy there. And Joe Flacco had 2 interceptions, no touchdowns, 184 yards, and now has officially lost the job. They have announced Dylan Gabriel is starting next week.
Yes, good. I was going to bring that up if you didn't. I'm glad you did. And I can't wait to see what happens here because, like we've talked about, they had 2 draft picks, him and Shedeur Sanders, and they need to find out if either one of them can play. And it's Dylan Gabriel's job never to give Shedeur Sanders a shot.
Right. Their plan is that he doesn't get a chance at all year unless Gabriel gets hurt, probably.
I mean, that's what you hope for, because you want him to succeed. And if he plays well, that's what'll happen. But he doesn't have a lot to work with here other than a nice running back. And, I mean, he does have, Jerry Jeudy, who's an okay receiver, and Cedric Tillman, but yeah. I just can't wait to see what happens because I don't know what to make of either of those guys in the NFL, Gabriel and Sanders. So let's find out, man. We knew Flacco wasn't the answer. He was just a placeholder. Yep. And here we are.
Absolutely. Yeah, everything came up for Detroit, and like we said, 3-1, fully back in our eyes. I totally agree with you. We all got this one correct. On to the next game that we also all got correct. New England, 42-13 over Carolina. And I got to say, Carolina, how do they win 38-0 last week and then come back and lay an absolute egg against a team that isn't much better than them?
I don't know, man. That game against the Falcons is got to just be some kind of weird anomaly. I don't understand what happened. It doesn't make any sense, given that the Falcons came back and beat a solid Commanders team. At the worst, the Commanders are at least semi-solid. They're going to be somewhere around 500, give or take, I think. So that at the absolute worst. So I don't know what. I mean, it was like an episode of The Twilight Zone, and now we came back to reality.
So weird.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I don't know what to make of it at all.
Yeah, Drake May, 203, 2 touchdowns, no picks. That's the big number you want, no picks. They ran the ball 29 times for 104 yards, so they didn't run it all that great as a team. Antonio Gibson, Henderson, and May himself all ran in for a touchdown, so that's good, but the totals are all under 40 yards. Nobody did anything on the ground. On the other side, nobody really did anything. Chuba Hubbard had 49 yards, and that's it. Bryce Young, again, another just 150 yards. Andy Dalton came in because the game got out of hand, and Bryce Young wasn't doing anything. Andy Dalton was 5 for 6. I don't know. Are they going to sit Bryce Young again?
Well, I just found an update as you were talking, and Canales, their head coach, was asked if Bryce Young will be the starter in Week 5, and he said absolutely. So as of now, he's still the guy. It would be crazy to give up on him right now for Andy Dalton. So I still don't know if Bryce Young's a player, but we know what Andy Dalton is in this league, and he's so you got to ride out Young. I understand benching him in a 30-point blowout for sure, towards the end, but man, it doesn't look good for Bryce Young's future in football. It really doesn't.
Yep. How about old man Stephon Diggs, the ghost of Stephon Diggs, 101 yards?
How about it, man? Come on.
Yep, Hunter Henry with a touchdown. I will say Carolina really distributed the ball well. They had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys with at least 3 catches. And then 2 other guys with 2 catches. So they really distributed the ball. But Ted McMillan is definitely the number one now. He had 62 yards. Tommy Tremble, who I don't even know, had a touchdown.
He's a tight end. Great name.
And let's see. Oh, look. Wow. The time of possession, 35-24 in favor of Carolina.
Yeah, what the heck?
Yep.
They had more total yards, too.
And they got blown out.
Yeah, I don't understand how that happens. What was the turnover situation? They didn't throw a pick or lose a fumble. How do you win the time of possession, have more total yards, not have a single turnover, only got sacked 1 time, and lose by 30 points?
I don't know. Was it like kickoff returns and stuff? I don't know. I did not watch this game. I was watching the Red Zone. They went to this game on occasion, but not that often.
There was an 87-yard punt return for the Patriots, but that was the only special teams thing. So I don't know, man. It doesn't add up, but it happened.
And that happens a lot in this league.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, that's wild, man. Wow.
Well, yeah, Carolina, another team, 1 week to the next. They come off this crazy blowout that you're calling an anomaly, and I'm right there with you. I don't get it, but they're back to being bad.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you, my man. I don't know. And I don't know. This doesn't move the needle on the Patriots much for me either. Still don't know what to make. I don't think the Patriots there's a lot of people picking them for the playoffs. That does not look good right now to me at all. I think they're a well under 500 team.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. Let's move on to Jacksonville over San Francisco. 26-21. The crazy thing is Purdy came back and they still lost.
And now he's out again. He got. I don't know if it's definite yet. I'll find an update while we're talking about this game. But he hurt his toe, I believe it is. I don't know if it's turf toe or what. But
how did they were at home. Purdy returns, throws 309, 2 touches. Yes, 2 picks. Obviously, that's what's going to hurt. But McCaffrey again only rushes for 49 yards. But if you stop him in the running game, you know what's going to happen. And in the passing game, he caught 6 balls for another 92 yards and a touchdown.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing, that guy, man. He is something else, dude. And he's starting to get up there for a running back, and he still looks as good as ever. It's something else. After all those years of injuries, too, and everything, and he's come back so strong, man. It's great to see.
I think the reason why Jacksonville was able to pull this one off, Travis Etienne has returned with a vengeance. 19 carries, 124 yards, and a touch. He was really, really good. He's blown out, I think, both knees. He's lost seasons, but whenever he's been in there, he's been pretty good. And now he's been really good the last, so far this year. Wow. Just wow.
Been great to see because, I think most people were giving up on him. He did have the injuries, but he also had a year, and I'm going to find the stats real quick here. He had a year where he played a lot and was pretty bad. Now, there was something going on with that team. It was kind of the end of the last coach's era, and I think the team was just falling apart.
Tank Bigsby over him?
Say that again?
Weren't they going with Tank Bigsby over him?
Yeah, because Tank was the leading rusher on that team, and not just by carries. He was the better yards per carry guy even. So I don't know, man. Man, I'm all over the place trying to find these stats, but it's just, I'll put it this way. It's awesome to see because I was a fan of his coming out. I thought he looked so awesome early in his career. And then the Jags fell on hard times. It was hard to figure out what was going on with that team. And he is back with a freaking vengeance, man. Absolute just, oh, man, now I pulled up his brother. I'm having a hard time here.
Trevor Lawrence was 21 of 31, 174 yards and a touchdown. Kind of ho-hum. Brian Thomas Jr. is not having the year that people were expecting at all. 49 yards. Travis Hunter has not really impacted the game all that much on either side of the ball. He had 3 catches for 42 yards. And he fumbled, but he didn't lose it. He got it back. Yeah, and he had 2 tackles, 1 solo, 1 assisted, and that's it. So he hasn't really impacted the game all that much for such a high draft pick, in my opinion, anyway. So we'll have to see. But now you're saying Purdy is out?
Purdy it is questionable. He has a toe injury. He was listed as a non-participant in the imaginary Monday practice that they do for Thursday games. So it is up in the air. It sounds totally like a true questionable.
Yep, and Ricky Pearsall too.
Oh, geez, I didn't catch that. That's big.
They're not. It's not a major injury, but they're not sure if he's going to be ready to go for the quick turnaround Thursday game. He has a minor PCL injury.
Man, yeah, that's a problem for them. If Purdy's out, because Mac Jones is still dealing with his own knee issue.
Yep.
So I'm not even sure if he's available. You might be looking at whoever their number 3 quarterback is. Let me
Yeah.
see if there's any news on Mac Jones.
He said that he's active, but he's still recovering from his own injury. But it looks like, this is me gathering from what I'm reading, it seems like he would play if needed.
Yeah, I'm with you. That's what I'm seeing too. And there's a thing in the San Francisco Chronicle from a few hours ago saying that he will start versus the Rams. Now, I'm not the only place I'm seeing that, but that is their hometown paper, so that could be what we're looking at. Don't hold us to it here because that is not confirmed by any source but one.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Just reading up on injuries in general, I didn't know Lane Johnson might not play on Sunday. It's saying.
Yeah, Lane's been banged up, man. He had a neck thing that knocked him out 2 games ago. He came back this week, was knocked out again. So yeah, he's banged up. Yeah, is it a shoulder this time?
It's his shoulder injury and may not play Sunday. He's questionable.
Yeah, he's banged up, man. They might have to give him the week off, but they have a really good backup with Fred Johnson, who plays really well. So, I mean, listen, Lane's a Hall of Famer. Fred Johnson isn't, so it obviously hurts. But they don't suffer too much because Fred could start for a lot of teams.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank goodness, because I mean, Lane is one of my favorite Eagles ever. He's going right into the Hall of Fame as soon as he retires.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I hope he plays. Actually, I kind of hope they give him a week off because he's been banged up to a neck and a shoulder after, in week 4. I kind of hope they can win a game without him and then get him a little more healthy. But we'll see, whatever they decide.
Yeah. All right. Let's see here. I'm stupidly, I gave us the wrong. I'm dumb.
No worries. Wrong button blues happens to the best of us. I'm still trying to find Travis Etienne stats.
Let's see here. Okay. Well, while you're looking there, let's move on.
No, I did find him. I was joking. And he was, he had 2 years in a row where his yards per carry were under 4. And he is back almost around 5 now. So, I mean, he is just kicking butt and taking names.
Yeah. Okay. Rams and Colts was a fun one.
That was a good game.
That was a good game. The legend of Danny Dimes continues to grow.
Oh, I love it.
I don't get it, but 262 yards, a touch, 2 picks. That's a problem. But one I think was like a deep ball that he kind of just threw up there. I don't think it was like a bad throw, like where he was just off. I think he just kind of threw a ball up and it was like a long down and distance and it was almost like a punt.
I remember that actually. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I know what you're talking about. Yes.
But regardless, I mean, he's still playing well. 24 of 33, 1 touch, 2 picks, 262 yards. And then Jonathan Taylor did his thing with 76 yards. I'll tell you what, how about this? Adonai Mitchell, 96 yards.
Yes. No, that's that. Hey, that could be really big for them if that guy's going to break out.
Yeah. And then we've got the rookie Tyler Warren kind of rounding into form there, 70 yards through the air as well. And
this was a fascinating game, and it give the Colts credit because they hung with a really good Rams team here on the road.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we can kind of, we're 4 weeks in now. Can we say that the Colts are legit?
Absolutely, to me. Absolutely.
Yeah, they're 3-1. I mean, and they lost, like you said, to basically a Super Bowl contender on the road, only by 7 points. Not a blowout or anything. They were right there hanging with them all game.
100% with you, man. No, I think we got to give them credit for sure at this point. Yeah, they look like the real deal, and now we a lot of this is on how well Danny Dimes is playing, and a lot of injury issues in the league, so we have to watch out for that. But if he stays healthy and does his thing, I mean, this looks like the real deal. And they have one of the best running backs in football, so they have a great running game. Their defense has played fairly well. I mean, the Rams has a great offense, and they put up 27 points, which isn't awful against an offense that great. But by the way, the one play of this game, we talked about Adonai Mitchell. Did you see he had a massive, the most of his yards came on one pass, and he tiptoed down the sidelines, and then he did the boneheaded of bonehead moves.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I mean, that basically cost them the game. So
yeah, he had the ball out and he fumbled it before the goal line and then it went out the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Exactly. It should have been a touchdown. Now, you can't just do the math and say they would have won by 1 point then, because that's not how games work, but it certainly would have given them a much better chance.
Absolutely. It would have been really interesting if that, if that didn't happen.
Hey, Craig, you're starting to.
Oh. Yeah. Are you there? I can hear you.
Oh, you're back. Perfect. Crystal clear.
All right. That's weird. Sorry about that.
No, all good, all good. So, yeah, man, fascinating game. The Rams are a legit contender. Stafford played unbelievably. It looks like my concerns about his back were a little overcautious, and he played a great game and is having a really good year. So, yeah, the Rams are a legit contender here.
Stafford, 375 yards.
Beast.
And give them Puka Nakua's stats.
Oh, my goodness. I just clicked it off, so take it if you can.
13 catches, 170 yards, and a touchdown.
Unfreaking believable. Unbelievable.
Best receiver right now?
He's got to be leading the league in receptions and yards, right? I mean,
I would think. I don't know.
I'm going to find it while we're talking, but it is, I mean, he is absolutely special, man. And just the fact that he snuck into the league as a 5th-round draft pick still blows my freaking mind.
Yeah, Puka's great. Sorry about that. Okay. Yeah, Puka's great, and Tutu Atwell with that catch too.
That was awesome. That was wide open, perfect. I mean, just perfect play design, perfect pass, perfect everything. I mean, and yeah, Tutu's one of those guys that makes a huge play every now and then, and is a threat. Oh, this is fun. See if you can get this. So Puka is leading the league in receptions by 8 after only 4 games. Jeez. You want to take a guess who number 2 is?
No idea. I'll say I'm on St. Brown. Are you there?
Crap, I think I lost you again, Craig. Can you hear me?
I got you.
Oh, there you go. So do you want to take a guess at who is number 2 behind Puka in receptions in the NFL through 4 weeks?
I was going to say Amon-Ra St. Brown.
He is 4th. Great guess. That's what I would have guessed. There are 2 guys that are not wide receivers that are 2 and 3. You want to take another guess before I give it away?
Oh, so is it Christian McCaffrey?
He's number 3. Another great guess. Yeah, if you get number 2, I will fall off my chair.
Well, then it's got to be a tight end.
Yes, sir.
And I'll say, geez, I mean, I'm thinking like Bowers or something, but it can't be. That'd be kind of obvious. I have no idea. Go ahead and give it to us.
You're not going to believe this, my friend. He's on your team. Jake Ferguson? Jake Ferguson. How about that? He has 34 catches to Puka's 42. Christian McCaffrey has 31, and Amon-Ra St. Brown 27.
Jake Ferguson has how many catches?
34 in 4 games. That's a little over 8 a game.
Yeah, he's probably got about 50 yards total.
Yeah, 223. So it's not a big, but I'll tell you what, he's got more yards than per catch well, no, it's probably about the same than Chris Olave, who has 26 catches for 185 yards.
Well, there you go. By the way, this game had 18 penalties,
Woo.
and 11 of them went on the Colts for 88 yards.
Man, yeah, that and the turnovers were, and not just Danny Dimes, that drop, that fumble on the goal line.
That
That
was a killer.
I mean, you think about those three picks and a fumble at the goal line, along with all those penalties, and they only lost to a really good team by 7 points on the road.
Yep.
I think the Colts are for real.
Yep. All right, let's move on here. We are approaching the 55-minute mark, so we're going to pick it up a little bit.
Okay.
Kansas City just utterly destroys Baltimore 37-20, and it wasn't that close. You guys both picked Kansas City, and I stupidly picked Baltimore. They just can't beat this team for some reason. And Patrick Mahomes, 270 yards, 4 touchdowns, a kind of day that he hasn't had in 2 years.
Yeah, it's fascinating with that. And I'll tell you what, the Ravens have a real problem, man. This defense is pathetic. Like,
Terrible.
Absolutely pathetic. I've never seen a Ravens defense this bad or even close. They are one of the worst defenses in the league.
Absolutely. They're saying Lamar is going to miss 2 to 3 weeks now.
Yeah, which is another. Now they have Cooper Rush. Go Cooper. But it was he's a good backup, but he's not Lamar Jackson, and you need Lamar Jackson if your defense is that bad.
And how do you only give Derrick Henry 8 rushes?
I can't even fathom. I mean, they were behind early, but that's still no excuse.
Yep. And how do you give Kareem Hunt 13 rushes to Pacheco's 7? Because neither one of them were doing anything. Pacheco had 1 more yard than him, and he had 6 less carries.
Yeah, he had 5 yards a carry to Kareem's 2.6. So, yeah, I don't know. Listen, Andy Reid has been frustrating for fantasy, for real life. He's a great coach. But try and figure out what he's going to do with his running backs. There's only a handful of times over his career where he's relied on one running back, dating back to Westbrook and Philly and the couple good years they had with Kareem Hunt and there was another guy that had a good year or two. But I mean, it's when he doesn't have a guy that just grabs it. And as much as I like Pacheco, he certainly has not grabbed it. He's gonna keep frustrating everybody. So yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
Good to see Xavier Worthy back, though. 5 catches, 83 yards.
Yeah, I didn't expect him to be that active in his first full week back. So, yeah, no, that was impressive.
And they get Rice back next week, right?
Yeah, I think it's one more week. I think he's suspended through 6 weeks. So it would be week 7, I think. Let me make sure about that.
I thought it was 4 weeks.
I'm pretty sure it was 6, but let me make sure.
Yeah. Zay Flowers, 7 catches, 74 yards for Baltimore. Yeah, okay, my bad. Yep.
No, it's all good.
Okay. Yeah, penalties. There was 11, and Baltimore can't beat this team, and now Lamar Jackson's banged up. I don't know what to make of the 1-3 Ravens. We know they're a good team, but wow, it's bad right now. It's really bad right now.
They are 1-3, and their perennial MVP candidate quarterback is out for at least a couple weeks. I mean, this is shocking. I mean, absolutely stunning. Never saw it coming. And I can't believe it. And listen to this. Their defense, the least amount of points their defense has given up through 4 games is to the Cleveland freaking Browns, who they gave up 17 points to. Other than that, they've given up 41 to the Bills, 37 to the Chiefs, and 38 to the Lions. This is a bottom 5 defense in the league right now. It's unbelievable.
Crazy. Because their defense coming in was thought to be pretty good.
Yeah. I don't know what's happening. It's absolutely astonishing. I mean, those are 3 good teams, but the Chiefs were offensively challenged until they played the Ravens.
Crazy. All right. going to move on here to Chicago and Vegas. Chicago with a 25-24 win over the now 1-3 Raiders. Chicago second win in a row, so of course that's always good. Me and you got this one right. Joe got this one wrong. Caleb Williams was okay, 22 of 37, 212, one touch, one pick. But Geno Smith again, 117 yards only, 2 touchdowns, but 3 interceptions. Absolutely killer. In a 1-point game, that's the reason why they lost. But Ashton Genty, his coming out party, 21 carries, 138 yards, and a touchdown. That's what I'm talking about.
And he had a big run that I'll find the length of it in a second here.
Both of his catches were for touchdowns.
Yeah, man, he had 3 touchdowns. I mean, and he had a run for, let me find the yardage here. I have it right here. Where is it? 64-yard touchdown run where he had to work, man. He ran through a linebacker that tried to, make a diving. A lot of people would have made that tackle on other running backs, and he just ran through it like he just threw a paper towel at him. I mean, it was unbelievable. It was cool to see because he was struggling early, and it was cool to see. He looks like this really looked like, okay, we're going to be all right with Ashton Genty.
Yep. Oh my goodness. So I think any opinions change on either one of these teams?
I mean, I think we're seeing signs of growth from Chicago. We have to remember this is both teams have new coaching staffs, but Chicago is the more promising of the two teams. So that's the one I'll comment on more. I think the Raiders are just kind of a mess. And Pete Carroll's a solid NFL coach, but I don't think he can resurrect this team with the roster they have this year. The Bears have a whole new staff. They are showing signs of growth. Caleb Williams is looking a little better. He had a great game against, the Cowboys, and a good game this week, decent game this week. Not great, but decent. They're showing signs. Yeah. I'm not ready to buy in like I thought I was early in the season, but I'm cautiously optimistic.
Yeah, they're 2-2 now, so we'll see.
Yeah.
They might be like a solidly in the muck kind of a team.
I think so. I think they're heading for somewhere around 500, give or take. We'll see. I'm really not sure yet. And the Raiders, I think, are just not good.
Let's get to this disaster. We all got this one wrong because
who is going to pick this result, Craig?
Who's going to pick a tie?
You got to be feeling real good about yourself to pick a tie.
I don't know what to think of this game. I mean, we all picked Green Bay. Everybody was picking Green Bay. In Dallas, week to week, they're my team, and I have no idea what to expect because if the good Dallas shows up, they're probably going to win or at least be really competitive against anybody. But if the bad Dallas shows up, they can lose to the Saints. I mean, I don't know anything about this team week to week. I did not expect this one bit. I was just expecting the Packers to throw all over them and kill them, and they kind of did, but not to the degree that I thought. I mean, Jordan Love had 337 and 3 touchdowns. Josh Jacobs had 86 yards and 2 touchdowns. A bunch of yardage. Nobody went crazy for yardage in terms of them, but Dobbs had 3 touchdowns, but he only had 58 yards receiving. And Dallas doesn't have CD. And they still put up 40 points.
And Pickens had a coming out party, man. That guy looked at a game, man. He looked
134 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to put up some big numbers while CD's out, and then it'll be fun to see how they balance it when CD's back because they have a dynamic duo now. How long is CD out?
CD's out for at least another couple of weeks. He's probably out for 4 to 6, they said.
Okay, cool.
The high ankle sprain. But Javonte Williams is continuing this. I don't know how he's doing this or what's going on, but 20 rushes, 85 yards, and a touchdown. Solid game.
Yeah, man. No, I'm super impressed with him. I would have drove him to Dallas myself. I cared so little about that signing when it happened.
Yeah.
And he's been not only good, but really good. And he did it with a bunch of offensive linemen out too. So,
Yeah, that's another
big
problem.
time.
The offensive lineman
Big
being
time.
out is a problem.
Yeah, no doubt. But I mean, geez, how much of a problem it is when you put up 40 points.
Yeah.
They put up 40 points with all those guys out. So credit to them. But here,
And
the other
back
thing
now
about
with
me,
his 319 yards leads the league in passing yards again.
yeah, no, he's been great. I mean, it's wild. I don't know. The thing about the Cowboys is the one thing we do know is it's between them and the Ravens right now for the worst defense in football, just about. I mean, they gave up 24 points to an offensively saddled with a challenge coordinator Eagle team, and then they gave up 37 to the Giants,
Yep.
31 to the Bears, and 40 to the Packers. So they are right there with the
Horrible.
Ravens for most points allowed in the NFL.
Yeah, the only difference is their offense has been trying to match the how bad the defense is, but on the good side for the offense, they're trying to match the other team.
And they did it against the Packer team that everybody was anointing one of the best in the league a couple of weeks ago, which, by the way, how's everybody feel about that now?
Yeah, they come out, they lose to the Browns, and then come out and lose in a tie this game. So we've all picked Green Bay, so we all got it wrong technically, but we kind of didn't. I don't know. I just gave us all losses.
Yeah, I'm with you. We didn't. They didn't lose, but they didn't win.
Right. 18 penalties in this game. Dallas had 11 for 95 yards, so that definitely hurt. It was one of those games where after every play you're looking for the flag, which I friggin' hate. It's really the bane of my existence. I loathe that.
Me too. Hate it.
Every single play you're like, wait for the flag before you get excited.
Yeah, it drives me crazy too. I'm with you 100%.
But
this is a wild game, man. I mean, both teams had over
I tell you
400
what,
total yards.
for somebody not invested in either team, it must have been a fun game to watch.
Oh, it was awesome. It was absolutely awesome to watch. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I mean, it was as fun as a game gets as long as you're cool with no defense. It was freaking incredible. It reminded me a little bit of the when the Eagles beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl, with Nick Foles. You know what I mean? It was just like, nobody's playing defense today, boys. Let's go.
Yeah. And Brandon Aubrey, I mean, obviously the best in the league, and I don't think there's really much of a debate about that. He only had one field goal, but 5 extra points, of course, perfect on the day. And yeah, that's it. We can move on because there's not much else to say about this. Green Bay maybe needs to be, reestablish themselves a little bit. And Dallas, like I said, I honestly have no idea what we're going to get week to week. They're at a point where they can lose to anybody, and they're at a point where they can beat anybody. And I don't know where and maybe not.
It's fascinating, Craig. It's absolutely fascinating. And I tell you what, Dak might throw for 5,500 yards this year because their defense is so bad, and he's good. He is way good enough to throw for 300 yards a game, and he's going to have to. So
he's having a great year. My goodness.
Oh my God. Yeah. No, he looks awesome. He really does. He looks absolutely incredible. Now, whether that means anything more than 7-10, I don't know. But he's going to put up numbers out the wazoo.
Yeah, I don't see how many teams are going to stop them. If they go against a bad defense, like a really bad defense, they're going to easily put up 40 to 50 points every game.
If I don't think they do, but if they played the Ravens this year, I think the game might be 67-62.
Just no defense at all. It's so weird. Okay, let's move on to Monday night. First game, Dolphins over the Jets, 27-21. But the story, of course, is Tyreek Hill and his knee going the wrong way. Kind of gruesome, and he's done for the year, obviously. And the Dolphins, even though they won this game, they're done.
Yeah, the Dolphins stink. The Jets also stink. So it was a battle between two teams that stink. The home team won. Did we all got that right, or did anybody pick the Jets?
No, we all got this one right.
Right on. So yeah, this is just two bad teams. And now the one of the bad teams is missing their best receiver, Tyreek Hill, who just a tough injury, man. And, he tore ACL, he tore a bunch of stuff. And the update came out. It's just a bad injury. So yeah, the positives here for the Jets is, Justin Fields played really well. I mean, he threw 20 for 27, 226 yards and a touchdown. He also ran for freaking, where was it? He ran for 81 yards and a touchdown on 7 carries. Breece Hall played a really good game, but Aaron Glenn, you bring in all the defensive guys you want. Nobody can turn around this Jets defense. And their offense isn't awesome, but this was the best game they played because they were playing the Dolphins. Yeah. And the Dolphins, Devon Achane is a great player, a absolutely great player. Tua is good, but not great. Here's the fun story of the game. Darren Waller, who I talked about, this thing came out about 3 weeks ago that he might not play at all this season. He came back for the first time in 3 years or something, and that he played any significant time and caught 2 touchdown passes. How about them apples?
Yeah, Achane had 99 yards on 20 carries, so good yards per rush average, and all around pretty good game all around for everybody. Nothing spectacular though, and all the stars that are quote unquote stars, like Breece Hall did what you kind of wanted. Garrett Wilson did what you would want. Achane did what you would want. Hill did until he got hurt. So, yeah, I don't know. The Jets stink, like you said. The Dolphins stink, and they're going to struggle even more now. Yeah, not that interesting of a game on paper. I was home and could have watched it, and I didn't because I had no interest.
I don't blame you. I watched the first, roughly a little less than the first half because the other game started, and I was more interested in that one.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened with me. I was more interested in that one until that got out of hand, which we might as well get to it. Denver 28-3 over the hapless Bengals. By the way, the Miami in the Jets game had 19 penalties, and the Jets had 13 of them for 101 yards.
Yeah, they outgained the Dolphins by almost 100 yards. So that explains a lot about why they lost.
Yeah, undisciplined. But here we go, 28-3, another game with 18 penalties. My God. Yeah. We all got this one right as well, picking Denver. But Cincinnati, it's no longer, we're missing Joe Burrow and that's it. This team is absolutely hapless. They can't do anything. They are completely hamstrung, and they can't get anything done offensively. I mean, Chase Brown, 10 carries, 40 yards. Jake Browning had 125 yards, no touchdowns. T. Higgins, 3 catches. Jamar Chase, 5 catches for 23 yards. And that's it. That's it.
Check this stat out, man. Broncos had 512 total yards. Bengals 159.
Unbelievable. Bo Nix, 326 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Who cares? J.K. Dobbins had 101 yards. R.J. Harvey had 14 for 58. They ran for 186 yards. They passed. They were caught for 326 yards. Touchdown for Harvey through the air. Touchdown for Sutton through the air. Just, utter domination. And the Bengals are, I don't know where they go from here. They are in big, big trouble.
Yeah, the Zach Taylor death watch is on. I have not been a fan of his. I don't know who else you blame for their early season troubles. You know what I mean? And if he survives this, it's because they're going to give him credit for the Burrow injury. But he took him to the playoffs twice. The one year was a very good year. They went 12-4 and lost to Kansas City in the AFC Championship game. But that was 3 years ago now. And since they've been 9-8 and 9-8, missed the playoffs twice because of their bad starts. And now it looks like they're going to be 2-6 or 7 before, or 2-8 or 9, whatever it is, before Burrow comes back. I mean, they are awful, absolutely awful. The defense sucked consistently under him, and it is just bad over there, Craig.
Yeah, 18 penalties, 11 of them on Cincinnati, and I think the widest time of possession disparity so far, 37-58. So let's just say 38-22.
Wow. Wow. Yep.
Denver 38 minutes.
That's brutal. Absolutely brutal. Yep. No, and Bo Nix has struggled this year, but he did throw one pick, but he looked great other than that pick, so that's what the Bengals will do.
Yeah, just rough. On the week, 14.6 average penalties per game. Last week it was 14 even, so even more penalties this week. You thought maybe as the season goes on you'll get less as teams get better, but we're getting more.
Yeah, this is the official. This week ended what I like to call the regular preseason.
Yes.
All three.
And by the way, all three of us got our upset picks wrong.
And what were our records this week?
11-5 for all three of us.
Oh, get out! How about that? So no movement at all. Nice.
Hang on, I'm going to confirm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep.
Right on, man. Right on. I love it. Well, yeah, that's cool. So, no upset picks, you said?
We all got them wrong. I had Arizona, you had Baltimore, and Joe had Carolina. They all lost.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, week 4 is in the books, my man.
Yes, we're going to jump right back on and do week 5. Make sure you guys check out the week 5 preview. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. Al, I'm ready to go if you are. If you have anything else to add.
No, I'm good to go, my man. Let's hit week 5.
Okay, we'll see you on that one, guys. And until then, I will see you later.